Hey everybody, it's Prashant here. Welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you for joining me in today's video. Let's dive in. I'm sure you've seen this trend on YouTube where people go through their finances and tell you exactly how much money they spend in a week. I find this highly entertaining and I really enjoy seeing people's spending habits. I think it is really important for all of us to be more open about money so that we can learn from each other. So I thought it would be a really fun idea for me to detail exactly how much money I spend in a week as a 28-year-old engineer living in Chicago. Now, since I'm married, my household expenses are split between my wife and I, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to call them as my expenses, even though really they're household expenses. Guys, before we continue with this video, I want to ask you to hit that like button and that subscribe button. This helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm and motivates me to keep making these videos. That being said, let's get back to it. So this week, we actually ended up spending a little extra money, and you will see why in a few minutes. To begin with, I wanted to start with some of our lifestyle expenses like a mortgage and stuff so that you can get a holistic view of what we're actually spending. To calculate this, I'm going to take the monthly expense and divide it by 4 to get the weekly cost. Now, this does cause a little bit of a rounding error, but we'll call it close enough. Let's get to it. So my first expense is my mortgage, which is $1,426 a month or about $356 a week. This amount only includes my principal and my interest payments. I do not have an escrow account, so I do have to save for my property taxes separately, which is paid in 2 payments over the entire year. Next are my HOA fees, which is $169 per month or $42 a week. I live in a condo, so I pay this money for the common expenses of the building. This does include water, garbage, and recycling for me. So the next thing is property tax. Since I do not have an escrow account, I actually save some money every month to be able to pay my property taxes when the bill comes due twice a year. So my property taxes are about $4,800 per year. So I save $396 per month or $99 per week for this. Next is our electric bill, which is about $45 a month or $12 a week. In the cooler months, our electric bill is pretty low as we're using gas for heating. But in the summer months, our electric bill goes high when we start using air conditioning a lot more. Next is our gas bill, which is about $70 a month or about $18 a week. Again, in the cooler winter months, our gas bill is pretty high, and in the summer months, our gas bill goes down. I've noticed that in the summer months, my electric bill goes up and my gas bill goes down, and in the winter months, my gas bill goes up and my electric bill goes down, pretty much in sync, kind of evening out each other. So on average, I am spending about $120 between these two services. Next is internet, which is $30 a month or $8 a week. My next thing is a car payment, which is $395 a month or $99 a week. I took out a 5-year car loan when I bought my car, and I have about 2 years left on this loan. Next, I have car insurance, which is $556 for 6 months, which turns out to be about $23 a week. I have Geico for both homeowners insurance as well as car insurance, and I absolutely love them. And finally, I have investments at about $1,700 a month or $425 a week. I use this money to fund my Roth IRA account, my daughter's 529 college savings account, and my brokerage accounts. And I use this money within these accounts to buy index funds throughout these accounts. Now I understand this is not technically spending but saving, but since I'm a long-term investor and I consider this money to be gone once I've invested, I'm just going to count this as spending. Now let me open my credit card apps and see what I spent this week on those accounts. So first, I have an internet bill, which is the $30 that I talked about. So because I already counted it above, I'm not going to count it again. Then I have a charge of $670 for some medical expenses we had last month. Obviously, this was a one-off expense. I do not expect these large medical bills every month. Next, now let me look at my Chase card. Looks like I don't have any transactions of this card for the past week. My Chase card is a United Airlines card, which I used to use a lot when I was traveling, but since traveling is still down for me, I end up not using this Chase card very much. In fact, this card had an annual fee of $95, which was worth it to me because of all the travel perks that I got when I was traveling. But since I wasn't traveling that much last year, I went ahead and changed it to a zero-fee version of the same card. So I still have a Chase card which works with United Airlines, but it doesn't cost me anything. Sure, the travel perks are lower, but since I'm not traveling anyway, I didn't need all of those perks. Now what did happen is since I was able to simply switch the credit card instead of closing the original credit card, I still have a longer credit history and my credit line is still active, which helps a lot with my credit score. If you want to learn how to increase your credit score, you should go back and watch my very first video on this channel where I talk about all the ways of improving your credit score. Link in the description below. And finally, let me look at my Bank of America card. This is a credit card that my wife and I use for our joint household expenses. So we have Amazon for $115.41 for miscellaneous items, a grocery store at $47.36, and Target at $109.89, probably for more groceries, snacks, and some miscellaneous items. Guys, Target is where we end up spending the most money, the most unplanned money. Target and Costco. Those places we go to and we don't need anything and we come back with a bill of $100, $200, even $400 at Costco sometimes. It's crazy. And that's it. Let's add it all up. So first up, we've got a mortgage for $356, HOA for $42, property tax for $99, home insurance for $7, electric for $9, gas for $18, internet for $9, car payment $99, car insurance $23, medical bill $670, Amazon for $115, grocery for $47, Target $110, for a total of $1,604. Let me add investments to this at $425 per week, which brings the grand total of $2,029. So there you have it. I spent approximately $2,029 this week, out of which about $670 were for medical expenses and $425 were for investments, and the rest covered all my basic needs as well as miscellaneous items. So in reality, we should really remove the medical expense from this total because this was a one-time expense that we knew was upcoming and we were able to plan for and save money for separately. So removing that medical expense, what I actually spent this week was $1,359. Converting that to a month, that's $5,436, which includes our mortgage and our investments. Overall, I'm quite satisfied with the spending, especially when you consider that this includes our mortgage as well as our investments for the future. Obviously, in some weeks we spend a little bit more, and in other weeks we spend a little bit less, but this is representative of a pretty typical week for us. Our expenses have definitely gone down during the pandemic. Before this, we would go on a weekly date night, but even that was pretty simple for us. We would go out for a dinner, and that would cost maybe $50 for the two of us. I understand that this amount is probably a lot lower than what a lot of other people are spending in a week, and probably a lot higher than some other people are spending. Overall, I feel blessed that both my wife and I have good jobs that allow us to maintain this level of spending and our lifestyle and feel comfortable at the end of the month. In general, we like living below our means and saving and investing our money to build a nest egg for retirement. Looking at our standard of living, I feel pretty comfortable. It's not like we're living in a bad house or anything, and I have a car that's just about 3 years old that I enjoy as well. Maintaining our standard of living while also being able to save and invest for the future is something that I'm truly passionate about and I really enjoy doing. That's all I have for you guys in today's video. I hope you really enjoyed seeing what I spend in a week and in a month. Overall, I think I'm a pretty frugal person and I enjoy maintaining my current lifestyle while also being able to save for the future. And I think my weekly spend reflects that. Please let me know what you thought of my spending habits and let me know what you spend the most money on. Do not forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button and also the bell icon so you are notified instantly when I upload a new video. I post at least one new video every week with great new financial content. I almost missed my upload this week. I am late by a couple days, but I came through. So please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much for watching today's video and see you next time.